Yo, what's up, guys? This is BrendanMushi. So I wanted to apologize to you guys because I know I haven't uploaded a video in like over a month. So I'm really sorry about that. It really has just been, I've just been getting lazy and I've been preoccupied with a lot of other things in my life. Like I've been focusing a lot on like my health and fitness, my job, stuff like that. Even still though, I've had downtime to do more live streams and videos and I just haven't. I'll be honest, I've been like mad lazy about it. But I just wanted to start this video off just apologizing. The whole reason I started this YouTube channel and the Fighting Game University Discord was because obviously I was inspired to teach people to play fighting games. I wanted them to go from being ass at fighting games to being godlike at fighting games. And I've kind of been doing a disservice of helping you guys out. Those who are following the channel because they're fans of Guilty Gear, I maybe helped them get into fighting games for the first time. And a lot of them are wondering where the content is so that they can get better, and I haven't delivered on it. So again, I apologize for that, but that's something I do want to change a lot going forward. So I do want to get more consistent with uploading a lot of the same content I've been doing. So Guilty Gear guides, guides for other fighting games, guides for general fighting game tips and advice, gameplay videos, because I do like to be entertaining on YouTube and on Twitch as well. So I want to do more live streams and just interact with you guys more on the Discord. So again, I apologize for the long break and lack of content, but I basically just want to say that I'm back now. And so with that said, this is quite a few days overdue, so I apologize for this, but I'm going to go ahead and take a look at the developer's backyard, which is essentially the ArcSys devs working on Guilty Gear Strive, taking a look at our feedback and letting us know how it's shaping the game. So I'm going to take a look at that, run through it with you guys, and give my opinions on it. Okay, cool. Okay, so we're here. Oh, I don't need these. Dumbass headphones, fuck off me. Alright, so we're here. Guilty Gear Strive, developer's backyard. So let's take a look. Let's see what ArcSys thinks based on our feedback. I'm going to try and run through it real quick, so I'm going to read through it. If there's a part that I don't think is important, I'm just going to edit it out of the video. Okay. Greetings from the development team at Arc System Works. This is the beginning of our new project titled Developer's Backyard. Our goal is to create a conversation between us here at Arc Systems Works and the players. We'll be responding to opinions we've received by sharing our developmental intent, as well as new information about our plans going forward. Alright, everyone's favorite fighting game. So 95% of survey participants answered that they've played Guilty Gear games before, and 54% answered that Guilty Gear is their favorite fighting game franchise. I mean, that checks out. I think due to the nature of the FGC, most people in the fighting game community have at least touched other fighting games most of the time. So it's not really surprising to me that that high of a percentage would say they've played a Guilty Gear game before, because most people, they've at least like messed around with it when they were a kid or something like that. 54% answered that Guilty Gear is their favorite fighting game franchise. So okay, so it's like kind of like a 50-50 split in the feedback between people that enjoy fighting games and have like kind of dabbled in Guilty Gear, and then 50% Guilty Gear fans. So that gives us kind of an idea as to like where are these answers on the survey coming from. Most used character, Soul bad guy. Shocking. I'm floored, I tell you. Soul was ridiculous. Man, this character was busted in the beta. He was the character I actually used the most, but that's also because I actually just genuinely like Soul as a character and I really enjoy playing him, so I would have played him anyway. But Soul really felt like a complete character in the beta. He was disgusting. Kai makes sense. Mei, Soul, Kai, like they make sense. They're like the two main characters, so most people are going to gravitate towards them. No surprise there. Mei, I really wouldn't have pegged that many people to be into Lolitas, but I mean, this is anime fighting game, so I mean, most requested characters. So this is a spicy one, so I like these. I like the fact that they're asking who we want in the game, because this isn't something that you see too often with fighting game developers, right? Most of the time they just drop trailers and they're just like, here you go, here's a trailer, have fun. But this time they're taking an approach of like, okay, who do you guys want us to put in the game? And I think that's super sick. Hopefully they listen to this, otherwise what is the point? You know what I'm saying? Like, why ask for this? So let's run through it real quick, just because there's a lot. So I just kind of want to focus on like the top ones and the recurring characters. So if we look at Japan, Bridget, which I like. I'd love to see Bridget return. I think he's a really cool character. Johnny makes sense. Really top tier character in Xrd. I'm sure Omito helps put him on the map. Fan favorite character. Ramlethal was kind of surprising to me, but I guess you know, anime fighting games, she's like a top tier waifu. She's pretty high on that waifu tier list. Like, it's kind of hard. Like, I personally find Ramlethal to be pretty boring, but I get why other people like her. So Dizzy, Order Soul, Elfelt, Biken, Slayer, Anji, and Jam. Okay, checks out. I'm surprised Biken wasn't like way higher, but she's definitely number 1 in North America, which makes sense. I called that shit. Biken number 1. There's 2 reasons why she's number 1. Johnny, once again, towards the top 3, holding it down. Top tier on the character requested list and top tier in the game. Dizzy. Okay, so North America is mad horny, is what I'm getting here. Slayer. So Slayer, Jam, Elfelt, Bridget. So those are also characters that are still ranking pretty high. Asia, Biken again, Johnny again, Dizzy again. So Biken, Johnny, Dizzy seem to be like the standout winners here, and I'm okay with that. I really want to see Johnny. Biken's a given. There's no way Biken's not making it into the game. People love her way too much. There's no way. I'd be shocked if Biken didn't make it. She's at least DLC. If they want that bread, she's DLC. Easy. That's free money. Biken again, bro. What? Biken, Johnny, Dizzy. Okay. It couldn't be more clear what 3 characters they need to put in the game. Jam, I've seen Jam popping up a lot. I expect Eno to make it. Ramlethal is already in the game. I'm sorry I don't have my reaction video up just yet, but I will. It'll probably go up alongside this video or pretty close to it. But yeah, Ramlethal, we already know she's in the game. Eno, Slayer, I expect Eno, I expect Slayer, I expect Jam. Elfelt is wishy-washy. Jacko, hell to the nah. Take that RTS shit somewhere else. Anybody trying to play StarCraft, take your ass back to fucking, what was it called? Guilty Gear Overture. Testament. Please put Testament in the game. Please. Oh my god. Testament is so sick. Here are the evaluations for each aspect of Guilty Gear. So I'm not going to spend too much time on this because we kind of talked about this during the survey, but just kind of like briefly touch on them. I think battle system is a little too high because like while the game is good, I really don't want them to think that the battle system is this high so that they feel like they don't have to change more, because they do need to change more. Character visuals are really good, but I think they're kind of overrated. I don't think the visuals in this game are really as good as Xrd. Sue me. I don't. I think they're really, really good. Don't get me wrong, but there's something off about the animation and visuals slightly. There's something slightly off about them. When you look at screenshotted stills of the characters, they have some of like these weird derpy faces. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, fine. Animations, amazing. OST music. I think the OST music in Strive is good, but I don't know. Call me a boomer, but I don't think the soundtracks in this game are quite as good as XX or Xrd. I think this game focuses a lot on vocal themes. The music in this game has like it's still metal, but it has a slightly different vibe to me than a lot of the Xrd and XX themes that I'm accustomed to that I really, really like. Those ones don't have vocals as often, and they're a lot more melodic to me, whereas these ones tend to focus more on vocals. Online lobbies right where it deserves to be, right at the bottom, because that shit is cheeks. UI HUD also pretty low, deservedly low. Online matches, which I'm not sure exactly what they mean. I think they might mean like connectivity, and in which case it was a beta. Like, I mean, it's kind of hard to judge them on a beta. But yeah, I mean, the constant desyncs were annoying. So I think overall, this feedback reflects what I think most of the community can agree on, which makes sense. Okay, so specific answers to your concerns from the developers. So Ishiwatari is going to essentially touch on the main concerns that we've all had from the beta. So the first concern, the damage is too high. Whoo! Wee boy. Yeah, the damage is way too damn high. A central idea behind this title is that you can deal big damage without memorizing long combos, as was required in previous games. We made the damage extreme in the beta to get that idea across before the game's release. We'll be adjusting it carefully by looking at player feedback and match results. So yeah, I mean, it's exactly what we thought. They wanted the damage to be higher so that it didn't focus on long combos, like very short combos, high damage, and the effort there was to give newer players a better chance, when in reality all it does is make newer players die way faster and limit the creativity of more experienced players. I don't like this approach. I don't think it kills the game as a fighting game on its own, but I do think it makes it a much more watered down Guilty Gear game, if that makes sense. So that's my opinion on that. They said they'll be looking into it, so all we can really do is wait and see what they do. It sounds like the game is still going to be of higher damage, but it absolutely should not launch the way it did in the beta. There are fewer Gatling combo routes. Okay, so this is something I really want to see. In previous Guilty Gear titles, players could cancel many normal moves into their combo parts with relative freedom. In Guilty Gear Strive, we made restrictions on this so that it's more difficult to combo into damaging moves from fast, small normal moves. By doing so, we've introduced a greater emphasis on choosing which normal move you use to start your combo based on the situation and your goal at the time. This change makes it difficult to put experience from previous titles to use in Guilty Gear Strive, and we've heard many concerns and criticisms from fans of the series. In addition, we've heard the opinion that being able to get a combo simply by pressing each button in order made combos simple, meaning that Guilty Gear Strive is more difficult. One important concept in this game is placing greater importance on choosing your moves based on the current situation. I do think it's more difficult in the sense that muscle memory won't really work, but there should be fewer mechanics for new players to learn before they can enjoy playing matches. So the thing with this that doesn't really make sense to me is that it's trying to solve a problem that wasn't actually a problem. So he's saying that this is supposed to help with choosing the correct normals, choosing the correct moves, but proration is already a thing. So depending on which normal you start an attack with, the damage is going to scale. So if you choose a lighter button, the amount of damage you can get off of that button is going to scale because you hit a lighter button. So that's already a thing. So by reducing the combo routes, you're trying to solve a problem that damage proration already solves. So really all you're doing is just limiting the combo routes of experienced players, and you're confusing newer players because an ABC chain is really, really simple and easy for anyone to understand, and a lot of people like Guilty Gear because of that. But when you change that and you start giving characters links and you like make these really oddly specific Gatling routes, you're actually making it harder for newer players because no one's gonna understand that the moment they pick up the game. That's something they're gonna have to learn through a YouTube video or the tutorial, and I doubt the tutorial is gonna go into well, no, it'll definitely go into the routes in the game, but I feel like characters' routes are going to get so specific that it is going to ostracize newer players, in my opinion. Naturally, we are continually adjusting what moves combo into what, including the differences for each character, by looking at the game from various viewpoints. This goes for not only Gatlings, but follow-up moves and combos in general as well. Okay, so that's kind of interesting. So it sounds like they're trying to develop the combo system a bit more. And so it seems like the game isn't just going to launch exactly as it was in the beta. So it says we're planning to further increase the level of freedom with combos compared to previous entries in the series. While this may seem contradictory to the reduced length of combos and the restrictions on Gatling, I believe we can make this happen through a combination of other mechanics. So maybe we'll get some new mechanics at launch that will kind of spice things up. I'm hoping that's the case because I think that would really help a lot. If they really want to make this a new game, maybe they should add some more mechanics that we haven't seen before. And I think that would be very, very welcome. So I'm very interested in that. Concern, the 3D camera movement disrupts the game pace. Yeah, I don't actually think it disrupts the game pace, more so that it's just ugly. It just looks weird. Not all the time. There are some 3D camera movements that look fine. I think the stage transitions look fine, but sometimes on like counter hits and stuff like that, the camera will just like freak out and it just looks super weird. As previously mentioned, we are taking the survey results to heart and working on improving this so that players can have a more comfortable and fun experience while still trying out new effects. Awesome. That's a perfect answer to that. Perfect answer. That's all we could ask for, and I appreciate that. Very simple. We'll work on it. We'll try to fix it. We hear you. Thanks. Awesome. 2 thumbs up. The user interface during matches. Oh man, do I oh man, do I love talking about this one. I'd like to explain our ideas behind the user interface during matches, which is quite different in this game. We've made it so that the burst icon moves as the health bar drains in order to minimize the amount of eye movement required to check each gauge. We've intentionally made the risk gauge less visible to reduce the number of gauges that first-time players try to be aware of. The hit counter is so big in previous games. The hit counter is so big because in previous games it's been difficult to see the number of hits due to being hidden by the character models or vice versa. This is an attempt at fixing that issue. So sorry, the reason why I was laughing is because that is so fucking ridiculous. That has never been a thing, ever. I cannot think of a single fighting game I've played where I've ever felt like I really wish I could see the hit counter in this game because it's so hard for me to see. I don't think that's ever been a thing, and it's also not that important. Like, the thing with the hit counter is that yes, it can give you some information. You can see when it's a black beat combo, which isn't a thing in Strive, or you can see a reset situation, which isn't that hard to see. Like, you just see the number reset. That's it. Like, it doesn't have to cover the entire screen. That is the complete opposite end of the spectrum, and that needs to go completely. Making the risk gauge less visible to reduce the number of gauges that first-time players try to be aware of. I also don't agree with that because they should know what the risk gauge is and they should know what it does. They should know that it's a thing. We've made it so that the burst icon moves as the health bar drains in order to minimize the amount of eye movement required to check each gauge. So I get what they mean by that, because they're basically trying to say that, okay, so every time you look at the health bar going down, you don't have to look over to the burst gauge. It's really not that serious. I think this is overthinking it and trying to reinvent the wheel when it already works. It's not that hard to just look at the burst gauge in the upper right and upper left hand corner, depending on whether you're player 1 or player 2. And also the health bar is going down. I think this actually makes it worse because the burst gauge can be in a large number of spots instead of always being in one spot. And so I don't like that change. Nobody likes that change. Go back to what you were doing, please. However, we've received many opinions looking critically at the user interface in terms of visibility and design. As of now, we are seriously considering everyone's comments, and our team is discussing these critical issues to create the finalized design. Okay, cool. I guess we just have to wait and see. There's not a whole lot of information to unpack there. It's just we're listening. We'll see what we can do. I don't expect it to go back exactly to the way it was, but you never know, because it doesn't really sound like that's what they're saying. It sounds like they do have some ideas in mind that they're sticking to. So it'll probably be some hybrid between the old games and Strive. I don't expect a huge change there to the UI, but we'll see. Oh boy, online lobbies. This was probably the most hated thing about Strive. Easily was the online lobbies. Not even just in terms of how it looks, the 8-bit and everything, but also just in terms of its like functionality. It didn't really work. It was laggy. It was awkward. So they wanted to create something entirely new for the online mode, which was cool. ArcSys is always trying to try new stuff. They're always trying to reinvent stuff. And with that comes risks, and they're not afraid of these risks. And the fact that they're like going back to the drawing board, it's cool. So they recognize all of the issues. We're working to provide everyone a pleasant online experience by fixing these issues and creating another opportunity for you to try out the game. With Guilty Gear Strive, we're trying out a new design compared to prior Arc System Works titles by using 2D pixel art style, 3D avatars, and such. The venture is necessary to create new mechanics and fun that wasn't possible with 3D avatars we previously used. While they weren't included in the closed beta test, we'll be showing them off at the next opportunity. In addition, we've seen many opinions that the style doesn't mesh well with the world of Guilty Gear. In regards to this concern, we hope you'll keep on the lookout for new information, as we'll be showing you new designs that weren't included yet in the closed beta test. Okay, awesome. Yeah, so, I mean, if it is bringing new features to the game and there's a reason why they went with the 2D pixel art, I'm all for it. I really don't care. And they also mentioned that they're going to be showing some new designs that weren't in the closed beta test. I'm assuming, what does that mean? Like, they're going to show some heavy metal avatars. I don't expect the whole online lobby system to change to look more heavy metal, so I think it's going to be pretty much what it is, what we saw in the beta. I think that's pretty much going to be it, but like, I'm pretty excited to see what these additional features are that they have. The UI design, regarding the user interface in general, we've seen many comments that the design isn't rock enough. Rest assured, we will make it rock. Yo, ooh, Ishu Atari, yo, that's what I'm talking about, man. Let's go. I mean, you shouldn't have like really needed to be told that, but like, I'm with it. I'm with it. That's really good news. I'm really happy to hear that. Please, please, please. Okay, and then pretty much just ends by saying, you know, this was the first volume of the developer's backyard, focused on feedback from the closed beta test, and then shows some upcoming events where they'll be revealing new Guilty Gear Strive footage. So cool. So yeah, just as always, I will continue to react and review to whatever it is ArcSys does for Guilty Gear Strive and other fighting games, as well as I've always done. Once again, like I said at the beginning of the video, I apologize for not uploading as regularly and taking such a long break as I have. But your boy's back now, so I'll be uploading more and more regularly and streaming more live over on twitch.tv/BrendanMushi. So let me know your thoughts on the developer's backyard in the comments down below. We'll talk about it, we'll chat about it, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.